morning and welcome to Omemee this morning. We're here at 13 King Street East, just outside our studio at Mr. Convenience. They're calling for a high of 32. According to this, we're there now. But it is a lovely cool breeze coming from the north-northeast. The wind is switching around. It will be changing to a northwest wind later on. But it's a lovely cool breeze. Now today is our second day in Family Fishing Week, and I am really lost as when it comes to fishing lures and tackle and things like that. Now here at Mr. Convenience they have a wide variety, so I canabled someone and he very kindly took pity on me, and he's here with us in our little studio here in the video room at Mr. Convenience. So we're very happy to have Peter Danforth with us to explain to me how to use these fishing lures and what they're for and everything else, because I have no idea. And I'm being interviewed at 10 o'clock this morning with Angler and Hunter Radio about our fishing festival. So good morning, Peter. Thank you for taking pity on me. So just set this up here. And as I was saying, I was looking at these fishing lures, and Peter was standing there ordering a coffee from Dave and Amy. Let's see if I can get this to stand now. They were standing earlier. Did it just stop? There we go. And I said, do you know anything about fishing lures? And Peter said, yes, I do. And I went, oh, please, please help me out. So if I'm going to take my daughter fishing, there are just so many things and so many choices. I have no idea what you use. And my daughter would like to learn how to fish. My grandfather always talked about fishing with a June bug and a worm. But I'm not quite sure what June bug is, like, other than ones you dig up in the ground. But that's probably not what he was talking about.
It's the big flying beetle.
It's a big flying beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would use a hook with
put a hook on it, put a weight on it, or just cast it out.
Yeah. So I'm going, what do you use and how do you use it, and what should I know about these things?
Well, you should just stick her up with a little spinner tail on them.
So this is that's these. They're a grub with a spinner tail on them. Now, is there any particular kind of fish you'd use those for? Or?
Pickerel, bass, pretty much anything will grab a hold of it. They're pretty good. More experienced fishermen. Kids, hook and worm. Bobber,
yeah,
all kinds of action.
That's the.
Yeah.
So, now if you're kind of squeamish about putting real worms on,
no, that's good then.
Use
yeah,
these.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And now these things. Oh, these looked so. I picked up this package and I thought they were alive. These like really, and they're kind of a grubby thing too.
Same deal, just a little smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do different fish like different colors? Like this, just really.
Different colors, different conditions.
Yeah.
Bright, sometimes good if the water's, murky and that, and darks, they just work anywhere. It's like a caliber worm, so
yeah.
Pretty natural.
Yeah. So now, if a person's fishing in water that's kind of weedy, is it better to have something brighter or something darker, or
something flashy? Usually, yeah. That's what I find works.
Yeah. Now, then there's these things. Is this what they call a spinner?
That is a jig.
That's a jig, okay.
A spoon.
So that's a jig. So what does a jig do?
Just drop it down and just pull it out.
So you just sit there and go like that. That's
yep.
how you fish with those?
Yeah, really slow movements, slow and easy.
Now, what's the advantage of a jig over a grub or a real worm?
You don't have to reel it in.
Oh. So you can just stay in one spot.
Just leave it down there, yeah, and play away.
Yeah. So if you're, now, would you need like a deeper water to use something like that
yep.
with? Or, so maybe if you're fishing off like a boat launch where there's deep water?
Yeah, anything over 15 feet, you could use that pretty efficient.
Yeah. But if it's shallower water, that wouldn't work very well.
No, that wouldn't work at all.
Yeah. So like if you're going to fish down by Mill Pond, that wouldn't be a good one to use.
Not really, no. Although you could reel this one in too.
Now, we have some that look like little miniature fish. Do I need to put a worm on that along with it? Or?
No, it's a surface bait. You cast it out and you reel it in.
So you just cast out and reel in, cast out and reel in. So that saves you having to buy fish. I mean, buy bait. Bait. Now, I heard that some people use different things other than real worms. Like you were saying, like the June bug would be what my grandfather was talking about. Would be a real June bug. Frogs. Now, a frog's pretty big bait. What you must catch? If you use bigger bait, do you get bigger fish? Oh,
bigger the bait, bigger the fish.
Yeah. So if you use a frog, then you get a bigger fish than if you use a worm.
No, even a small fish will hit a frog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Now, then they've got wire leaders. What's that for?
That's just to save your line, so the fish doesn't bite it, break off your line. It's a little added protection.
So, how do I use that? Do I hook it on the end of
You tie the one end here with it, the little clasp and everything. You tie it to your line, and then you just hook your little clasp with the fish over.
Okay.
Right on the end here, right where that little ring is on the end.
Okay. So that keeps the fish from taking your whole line, or?
Oh no, it just gives you a little added strength. That's all.
So it makes it stronger.
A little bit, yeah.
Does it keep things from tangling as well, or
no, not really.
It's more for? Then, now I've heard of people. This is a real art to tie flies. Is that what they call it? These are like flies.
I've just watched a few people fly fish. You know, I have absolutely nothing about it other than it looks like a lot of work, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I thought, well, that's kind of something a little. They look very lightweight.
Yeah.
Would that be like a surface kind of bait?
Yeah.
And that
you just flick it on the top of the water and pull it back.
Out and back. So this is more of an energetic type fishing.
Yeah, and it's a rhythm thing. If you watch somebody who's fly fishing, it's kind of like a dance almost, the way they get the line and everything's flicking in.
Now, I came across my father's really old fishing pole. Might have been his first fishing pole, might be why he saved it. And it was just a stick.
Yeah, bamboo pole.
And I was surprised at the weight of the line on it. Like it was like string almost. Can you use something like that?
Sure, you can use anything.
And fish will still, even if it's a fairly heavy line, they'll still. You
might get lucky. You never know.
So and it had like a cork on it, so that'd be the bobber, would be a little piece of cork, and so if you've got a young kid out there and they just want to go have some fun, you could just grab a stick and try some
string, and away you go.
And away you go. But if you want to get a little more complicated, there's other things that you.
How much money do you want to spend?
Yeah. So one thing the OFAH sent us was kind of cute. Where did I put those? Here it is. This little, they've got these neat fishing licenses for kids. And in order to have this fishing license, you ask the children to take this pledge that's on the back that they're going to protect the environment while they're fishing and fish quietly and things like that. So it's kind of a neat little thing. So we'll have those down at 41 King East. That the OFAH sent us some of those, and wishing you a great family fishing week here this morning at 41 King. Walter and Peggy Cracknell will be bringing in some photos. Walter's going to be doing a workshop on how to photograph your fish next Saturday.
Nice.
So that's going to be an interesting thing because all that catch and release. You want to have a nice picture of that fish before you let it go.